walkthrough, we're going to take a look at .NET and XXE using the XML document load XML function. Here we're going to take a look and see how we are executing the XXE to pull back information from a file. So we have an actual file here, and I'll open it up in Notepad right here, and all the file is it's just a text document that returns back load XML injected text. The goal behind this is to be able to see if we're able to pull text from another file outside of the XML that we're sending up through. So let me go ahead and move this, and let's look at the code we have. So we have this function, load XML. And in here, we have a string of XML that we're setting up. And you can see here that we're passing in an external entity of this file that is the testdata2.txt. And then we're making a reference to it right here with the ampersand win semicolon that's going to then hopefully return this data back out with the output. So we're going to create an XML document. Notice how the XML resolver code is commented out. We're going to then load the XML, and then we're going to write out the inner text. So it's going to give us what's in between those doc tags that exist there. So if we go ahead and run this as is, remember it's commented out, the XML resolver, by default the XML document is vulnerable. So here we can see that when we run it, we do see the load XML injected text came back from that external text file. So let's go ahead and just get rid of this. Now let's look what happens when we uncomment the XML resolver. Now we're going to set it to null. Remember, by default, the XML resolver is set to a URI resolver. Here we're going to say, nope, we're going to set this to null on the XML document, and basically telling it don't parse any XML entities that exist within our file. So we've commented this out. Let's go ahead and run it again. And we'll notice this time that when the application actually runs, we'll get a command window, but notice how there's no output, right? It's blank. And again, we didn't have anything in between the doc tags besides what we were trying to pull from a separate file. So this indicates to us that we weren't able to access that file. So there's nothing there. Hence, we have no response coming back out. So we have now protected our application from XXE, or at least this code snippet, by adding this line of code right here to set the XML resolver equal to null.